All right, go ahead. Stand up. Holler it out. Who's better, Michael or who? Or LeBron? That's easy.
Much as I love Michael Jordan, like, dog, man, LeBron James is the one, dog.
He's the greatest basketball player of all time, so I think that's pretty cool.
The GOAT debate has been a constant battle, stretching across generations and fueling endless discussions. It's a clash of legacies, styles, and eras, each side standing firm in what they believe defines greatness. Michael Jordan dominated his time, setting a standard that seemed untouchable. His presence, his mentality, and his success turned him into a global icon. LeBron James has rewritten the game in his own way, proving that longevity, versatility, and sustained excellence can challenge even the most established legacies. The argument never truly ends, but sometimes a single statement can shift the conversation in ways no one expects.
My silence ends now. Michael Jordan was just a flashy scorer in a league full of mailmen and mechanics. LeBron James is out here dominating real athletes, not part-time hoopers. So stop this debate. LeBron is the greatest of all time.
The moment the clip surfaced, questions followed. Was it real? Was it altered in some way? No one could say for sure, but the statement itself was bold enough to stir the conversation. As people tried to determine its authenticity, another quote from Caitlin Clark was about to make waves. With the spotlight already on her, her next words would only add more fuel to the ongoing debate.
LeBron never messaged me directly, but it's been cool to just see his support of myself and the W overall. You can tell he really watches and turns it on, and yeah, he's been kind of a big fan of myself from college and now in the W. So, I mean, he's the greatest basketball player of all time, so I think that's pretty cool.
Caitlin Clark's perspective is a testament to LeBron's influence beyond just the NBA. His impact isn't just about championships or records. It's about the way he uplifts the game as a whole, inspiring not just the next generation of NBA stars, but also the rising talent in women's basketball. For Clark, the GOAT isn't just the best player, it's the one who leaves the biggest legacy. Clark's answer is as straightforward as it gets. LeBron James is the GOAT. And what makes it even more special? LeBron isn't just a fan of the men's game, he's actively supporting the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark has noticed. She appreciates the respect he's shown, and in return, she has no problem putting him at the top of the all-time list. One of the game's rising stars just gave LeBron the GOAT crown. But in the greatest debate in basketball history, not everyone agrees. Dennis Rodman played alongside Michael Jordan during the Chicago Bulls' second three-peat. And if there's anyone who understands what made MJ special, it's him. While the GOAT debate rages on, Rodman doesn't entertain it. To him, it's not even a question.
Michael is the greatest player ever. Michael's been injured one time. He never asked to sit out. He never asked for anything, but only he asked for respect and money.
Rodman's reasoning is simple but powerful. Jordan wasn't just dominant, he was relentless. One major injury in his entire career. Never took nights off, never made excuses. To Rodman, that's what separates Jordan from everyone else. He wasn't just the most talented, he was the toughest, the most durable, and the most obsessed with winning at all costs. No load management, no complaints, just results. Rodman saw it up close, every day in practice, and that's why, in his mind, Michael Jordan is untouchable. Magic Johnson is one of the greatest players to ever step on a basketball court, a five-time champion, the face of the Showtime Lakers, and one of the best passers the game has ever seen. But when it comes to the GOAT debate, Magic didn't even need time to think.
All right, go ahead. Stand up. Holler it out. Who's better, Michael or who? Or LeBron? That's easy, Michael. That's easy. That's easy. You gotta give me a tougher one than that. Michael, 6 times in the finals and didn't lose one time. Man, the dude was just awesome.
For Magic, the debate begins and ends with perfection. 6 finals appearances, 6 championships, 6 wins. In his mind, that level of dominance and consistency on the biggest stage is what separates Michael Jordan from LeBron James. LeBron has the stats, the longevity, and the versatility. But Jordan? He was undefeated when it mattered most. Coming from a player who competed against MJ at the highest level and witnessed his greatness firsthand, Magic's endorsement carries serious weight. But while some believe perfection in the finals is the deciding factor, others believe the GOAT conversation is about more than just rings. Allen Iverson is a basketball icon, a cultural phenomenon, an MVP, and one of the most electrifying players to ever step on an NBA court. And when it comes to the GOAT debate,
much as I love Michael Jordan, like, dog, man, LeBron James is the one, dog.
Iverson grew up watching Jordan dominate. He even went head-to-head with him, famously crossing him up as a rookie. But despite his love for MJ, Iverson sees something different in LeBron. To Iverson, it's not just about rings or perfection in the finals. It's about impact. It's about being unstoppable in every way possible. LeBron isn't just a scorer or a playmaker. He's a physical force, a walking triple-double, and a player who could dominate in any era. For Iverson, LeBron's greatness isn't just about raw talent. It's about how he's redefined what's possible on the basketball court. He's witnessed firsthand how LeBron has continuously shattered expectations, evolving his game, adapting to new challenges, and proving that dominance isn't confined to one era or play style. While Jordan was the pinnacle of perfection in his time, LeBron's career has been a marathon of excellence, stretching across multiple generations. He's been an MVP-level player for longer than most careers even last, maintaining a level of dominance that defies the limits of age and competition. It's not just about who had the best peak, it's about who sustained their greatness the longest, against the toughest competition in an ever-changing NBA. LeBron isn't just a great player. He's a 6'9" powerhouse, a player who blends size, speed, skill, and IQ in ways that have never been seen before. For Iverson, that's what separates LeBron from the rest. His ability to adjust, improve, and stay dominant year after year while carrying the weight of expectations and still delivering is what makes him the greatest in Iverson's eyes. Luka Doncic has already drawn comparisons to some of the greatest players in NBA history. His combination of skill, size, and playmaking has made him one of the most dominant and exciting players in the league today. But when it comes to the GOAT debate, he doesn't overcomplicate it. Luka just pauses for a second, then gives the simplest answer possible.
Who is your greatest player of all time?
Oh, man. I mean, it's MJ. It's MJ.
No long explanation, no drawn-out reasoning, just two words that say it all. For Luka, it's Michael Jordan, no debate necessary. Why? Because sometimes greatness just speaks for itself. Luka is part of a new generation of superstars, players who grew up watching LeBron dominate, who have studied Kobe's mentality, and who are now creating their own legacies. But even with all of that, Jordan is still the standard, still the name that commands instant respect, still the player that even today's stars look up to. Luka might be carving his own path, but when asked who the GOAT is, he kept it short, simple, and undeniable. It's MJ. But while some believe Jordan's dominance is enough to end the debate, others believe the conversation is far from over. For Luka, Jordan's legacy is undeniable. He didn't need to grow up watching MJ play live. His impact on the game is so massive that it transcends generations. Every player today, regardless of age, knows the stories, has seen the highlights, and understands the mystique of Jordan's dominance. His 6 rings, undefeated finals record, and relentless will to win have set a bar that still looms over every superstar that follows. Even in an era dominated by LeBron, Luka recognizes that Jordan's greatness isn't just about stats, it's about an aura, a mentality, a presence that changed basketball forever. And for Luka, that's enough to cement MJ as the GOAT. Avery Johnson, an NBA champion and former head coach, knows what it takes to win at the highest level. And when it comes to the GOAT debate, he breaks it down in the simplest way possible, by listing Jordan's endless accolades.
Yeah, Michael, just for all the different reasons, but when you win 6 championships, you're the MVP of all 6. You never get to a game 7. And all of the defensive player of the year, the first team all defense, first team all NBA, MVPs, regular season MVPs.
Michael Jordan didn't just win, he dominated on both ends of the floor. He was the best offensive player and one of the best defenders in the league every single year. Johnson doesn't get caught up in the era debates, the what-ifs, or the longevity arguments. He just looks at the results. 6-0 in the NBA Finals. Never a Game 7. Best player every time he stepped on the court. In his mind, That's the definition of the GOAT, Tim Hardaway Sr. Is a basketball purist, a 5-time All-Star, a legendary point guard, and a player who went toe-to-toe with some of the greatest competitors in NBA history. So when it comes to the GOAT debate, he doesn't hesitate for a second.
Michael Jordan's the GOAT, no question. I mean, he's been there 6 times and he refused to lose 6 times. When he put his mind to playing defense, he went out there and played defense. He don't take no days off. He didn't lack of days, go stuff each and every day. He went out there and he played for the fans, and he gave a damn about playing 82 games too.
For Hardaway, Jordan's greatness wasn't just about talent, it was about mentality. 6 finals appearances, 6 championships, 6 wins. No load management, no coasting through games. Elite defense when it mattered most. Jordan didn't just dominate, he held himself to a higher standard than anyone else. While modern players are often resting for the playoffs, managing minutes, and sitting out games, Jordan? He played every night, gave maximum effort, and treated every game like it mattered. He didn't take shortcuts, he didn't pick and choose when to turn it on. He didn't coast through regular seasons. He played because he cared. To Hardaway, that's what separates Michael Jordan from every other player in history. The rings, the dominance, the stats, all of that is great. But it's the mindset that truly made him the GOAT. Yet, while Hardaway is convinced that Jordan is the greatest, what about the next NBA legend? Shaquille O'Neal is one of the most dominant forces the NBA has ever seen. A 4-time champion, 3-time Finals MVP, and a player who bullied defenders in a way few could ever match. Shaq was bigger, stronger, and more physically imposing than anyone he faced. Yet there was only one player who ever truly scared him.
I think the greatest player is Michael Jordan.
I might get flamed for this, but dude, I'm from Cleveland, so I gotta go with LeBron.
There's just something like subjective about it. That feeling MJ used to give you when you would watch him at the top of the key.
He's the only man that had me terrified on the court. All the shit you see on your poster, like he's doing it in real life. Like he came by me so fast one time, I was like, oh shit.
For a player like Shaq, who dominated everyone in his path, to admit that Jordan was different, that says everything. Shaq played with and against Kobe. Shaq battled with LeBron. Shaq competed with Hakeem, Duncan, Karl Malone, and all the greats. And yet, Michael Jordan was the one player who truly made him feel powerless. Shaq's description of Jordan is what separates him from every other superstar. Everything you saw on posters, in commercials, and highlight reels, Jordan did it in real life. He was as fast, as skilled, and as deadly as advertised. He wasn't just flashy. He was unstoppable. He didn't just live up to the hype, he exceeded it. And even a giant like Shaq had to admit there was nothing he could do about it. Yet while Jordan had Shaq's respect, the GOAT debate isn't over. Karl Anthony Towns has played against some of the greatest players in the modern era, from Kevin Durant, Steph Curry to Jokic, but when it comes to who stands out the most, it's LeBron James.
Like I said, I'm always gonna speak what I see with my own 2 eyes.
Okay.
I can't speak for everything. I wouldn't be able to. But man, that man Bron different. That man Bron's something special.
For Towns, it's not about numbers, rings, or debates on TV. It's about what he's witnessed firsthand. He's seen LeBron dominate games effortlessly. He's seen LeBron control the tempo like a maestro. He's seen LeBron overpower defenses, outthink opponents, and do things no other player can. And to him, that's what makes LeBron special. For Towns, seeing is believing. And what he's seen from LeBron defies logic. It's not just the dominance, it's the way he dominates. Some players take over games with sheer scoring, others through elite defense or playmaking, but LeBron, he does it all, at the highest level and on command. Whether it's dropping a 40-point triple-double, locking up an opposing star, or orchestrating the offense with pinpoint precision, LeBron's ability to control every aspect of the game is something few players in history can even comprehend, let alone replicate. That's why for Towns, there's no debate. He's played against some greats, and LeBron is in a league of his own. Towns isn't making an argument based on history books or nostalgia. He's talking about what he's experienced in real time. And after facing LeBron on the court, he doesn't need to look at old highlights or listen to analysts. Because in his eyes, the answer is clear. Michael Beasley has played alongside some of the most elite talent the NBA has ever seen. He's competed, studied, and battled against the best of the best. He's been on the court with LeBron, and he has his own take. So when asked about the GOAT debate, he doesn't hesitate.
Who's my GOAT all time?
LeBron.
And I can give you very compelling arguments, right?
Beasley isn't just making a casual statement. He's ready to defend it. He's seen LeBron's dominance firsthand. He's witnessed his work ethic, skill set, and impact on the game up close. He knows exactly why LeBron deserves the title. And the way he says it, it's not up for debate in his mind. For Beasley, the GOAT conversation isn't just about championships or accolades. It's about who could do the most on a basketball court, at the highest level, for the longest time. And when you look at LeBron's career, the answer becomes clear. No player has combined scoring, passing, rebounding, and defense the way LeBron has. He's dominated every aspect of the game, across multiple eras, and against countless Hall of Famers. Beyond just stats, Beasley has seen LeBron's work ethic up close. He's witnessed how LeBron approaches the game, how he leads teams, and how he keeps evolving despite already being at the top. For Beasley, it's not just about numbers. It's about the way LeBron has sustained his dominance, outlasting competitors, and continuing to perform at an elite level long past what was considered possible. Longevity, versatility, unmatched consistency. That's why, in Beasley's mind, the debate is already settled. To Beasley, LeBron's resume speaks for itself. The numbers, the longevity, the all-around greatness, it all adds up. But Beasley isn't the only one who feels this way. Dirk Nowitzki, one of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, has always had massive respect for Michael Jordan. For years, whenever he was asked about the GOAT debate, his answer was simple. But then, LeBron kept rewriting history.
You know, I always say Michael Jordan is the GOAT. You know, if he really surpasses Kareem in the scoring record, I mean, it's, I'm sort of running out of arguments for Michael.
Dirk isn't picking sides. He's just being honest. LeBron James keeps doing things that make this debate harder and harder to settle. Passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list? Unthinkable. Playing at an MVP level in as many seasons as he has? Unprecedented. Dominating in every aspect of the game longer than anyone ever has? Unmatched. For years, Jordan's undefeated finals record and legacy of dominance made him the clear-cut GOAT for many. But as LeBron continues to break records, defy time, and add to his resume, even lifelong MJ supporters like Dirk are starting to question their stance. Because when you've accomplished as much as LeBron has, at some point, the debate isn't as one-sided as it once was. And if someone like Dirk is running out of arguments for Jordan, then maybe the GOAT conversation isn't as settled as some people think. The GOAT debate has been a conversation for decades. Fans, analysts, and players all weighing in on who stands above the rest. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, or someone else? Well, LeBron himself has his own answer.
I'm going to take myself against anybody that's ever played this game, you know, but everyone's going to have their favorite. Everyone's going to, you know, decide who their favorite is. But I know what I've brought to the table. I know what I bring to the table every single night and what I can do out on this floor. So, you know, I always feel like I'm the best to ever play this game, but, you know, there's so many other great ones, and I'm happy to just be a part of their journey.
For LeBron, there's no hesitation. He believes he's the greatest. And why shouldn't he? The all-time leading scorer in NBA history. 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and counting. Longevity, versatility, dominance across multiple eras. LeBron James has done things no other player has ever done. He's not saying Jordan wasn't great. He's not saying other players don't have a case. But in his mind, there is no one better. LeBron's confidence in his own greatness isn't just about self-belief. It's backed up by decades of dominance, records shattered, and milestones that may never be touched again. He's played against multiple generations of superstars, adapted to every style of basketball, and maintained his status as an elite player for over 2 decades. For LeBron, being the GOAT isn't just about what he's accomplished. It's about how he's done it, proving time and time again that no matter the challenge, he remains at the top of the game. The GOAT debate will never end. Fans will always have their personal favorites. Different eras will always have different legends, and stats will always be interpreted in different ways. But when it comes to LeBron's legacy, he doesn't need validation, because at the end of the day, he's already rewritten history. And if you ask him, he's the greatest to ever do it. The GOAT debate is the most divisive, passionate, and never-ending conversation in basketball history. Michael Jordan or LeBron James? For many, Jordan remains untouchable. A perfect finals record, 6 championships, 5 MVPs, 10 scoring titles, and a competitive drive that made him the ultimate winner. He defined what it meant to be great, and his dominance in the 90s set a standard that no one has matched since. 6 trips to the finals, 6 rings, no Game 7s, no losses. But for others, LeBron James has rewritten the rules of greatness. The all-time leading scorer in NBA history. A dominant force across multiple eras, adjusting to every challenge thrown at him. 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and still playing at an elite level after 2 decades. A player who does everything: score, pass, rebound, defend, better than almost anyone ever has. Longevity, versatility, a complete game. For Jordan's supporters, winning is the ultimate factor. For LeBron's supporters, sustained greatness over 2 decades is even more impressive. But in reality, there is no right answer. Because greatness isn't just about numbers. It's not just about rings, it's about legacy. And both Michael Jordan and LeBron James have cemented themselves as basketball immortals. This debate won't be settled today. It won't be settled tomorrow. And even decades from now, when new legends emerge, this conversation will still be alive. Because when it comes to the greatest of all time, the answer will always depend on who you ask.